Hey guys, this is Dr. Ron from HealthSource of Sicklerville, and I want to talk today about concussions. With the football season coming, a lot of people have been talking about concussions and CTE and how that impacts their lives. A lot of people ask me what I think about playing football for their kids, for my kids, and that's actually the wrong question. What I want to talk about is where concussions come from, and not only how can we help people that get them, but how can we help people even prevent them? So in the neuroscience community, there's a lot of buzz around the term fluid dynamics. Now what fluid dynamics is in neuroscience is how the cerebrospinal fluid, or the fluid that moves around the nervous system, gets from the spinal cord up and to and around the brain. Now what that does is it not only nourishes our nervous tissue, but it also protects it from things like sudden impact inside the skull. Now, cerebrospinal fluid is shown to be produced by movement within the spine. So when your spine is moving properly, you actually produce cerebrospinal fluid more effectively and more of a normal rate. Now, when we get concussions, the issue isn't so much just banging our head. What a concussion actually is, it is a rapid acceleration, deceleration injury of the head and neck. What that means is that your head accelerates rapidly and then suddenly stops. In concussions with sports, it's usually when you hit a solid object like the ground or somebody else. Now when that happens, your head stops immediately, but your brain does not. Your brain continues to move within the skull, and then it impacts the skull and causing an injury to the brain. That's often how a concussion occurs when we talk about a sports scenario. Now, how fluid dynamic impacts that is if you have the appropriate amount of fluid, cerebrospinal fluid, within your skull protecting your brain, well then it dampens the impact of that injury. So if you're rapidly moving and quickly stop, if you don't have enough fluid protecting your brain, well then it can cause that injury from the brain to the skull. But if you have the appropriate amount of fluid, well, that can reduce that type of injury. So what we're doing here in chiropractic to help people reduce the occurrence of these is working with their spines to make sure that they're appropriately mobile, especially young athletes. We want to make sure that they're moving properly, not only to help reduce the occurrence of potential concussions that can happen, but also just to improve their overall performance. When you have a good mobile spine, your nervous system functions better. It helps reduce the occurrence of pain. It creates more normal functional movement, which allows you to move better. So if you are somebody that's ever had a concussion, if you have kids that play sports and you're worried about these things, well then I urge you to seek greater attention and more information from the chiropractic community. If you'd like more information from us, you can go to our website at www.healthsourceofsicklerville.com. You can follow us on Facebook at HealthSource of Sicklerville. You can also check us out on Instagram at HealthSource Sicklerville. This has been Dr. Ron. Keep an eye on your spine.